Welcome back. As promised, here is that crossing now. Traffic is picking up on several major routes in Mpumalanga, including on the N4 toll route, as schools in inland provinces are expected to open next week. But in fact, we're hearing that it's largely trucks passing through that road at the moment. We understand there's some 900 vehicles expected per hour around the Nkomazi toll gates as people travel from different destinations. Officials in Mpumalanga have once again urged motorists to exercise caution to avoid crashes. And our reporter Mweli Masilela is following that story for us. Mweli, you were saying you've spotted a lot of trucks making their way up and down the road behind you. What more can you share?
Yes, indeed, Erin, because what happened just before the festive season, trucking companies were actually asked to stop operations if they can, and that is why, at least, even though there were some congestions, especially at the Libombo border post sometimes, but what we saw is that in terms of the movement of trucks, we saw less of them on the road. But what we are seeing from this morning is that a lot of trucks are back on the road, and that tells you that indeed many people are starting to return to work, especially this weekend. We are also expecting people not only to come from the Mozambican side, but also from the Kingdom of Eswatini as they are heading back to different destinations after the holidays. So that's what is happening. Earlier in the morning, we spoke to the spokesperson of the Mpumalanga Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison, Mweli Masilela, and the indication that he made is that at least 2 toll gates, that is Nkomazi as well as Machadodorp, there's about 900 vehicles already passing there per hour, and they are expecting that the number will increase as the day progresses. But really, they are looking into tomorrow, that is when things will be hectic. Let's just take a listen into what he had to say.
A bit of movement. In fact, the movement has increased on roads such as N4 where we are. Nkomazi Toll Plaza has counted since this morning about 925 vehicles per hour, while Machadodorp Plaza has also counted about 952 vehicles per hour. And then roads such as N3, KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng via Mpumalanga, N2, Mkondo and Emelo, the traffic has increased. They are counting about, on average, 1,200 vehicles per hour.
So, Erin, that's the spokesperson for the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison, Mweli Masilela. But also, another matter that he raised is that there's quite an increase in the number of pedestrians that get knocked off or hit by moving vehicles, especially on the major routes. We've seen that happening on the N4, according to him, as well as other major routes like the N17. So they're actually pleading with motorists to be very cautious on the roads, and also pedestrians themselves, because one issue that he raised is that some people come from drinking sports, and they don't then exercise caution as they go back home and end up being hit by those moving vehicles on the roads. And according to him, since the beginning of December till now, there's more than 40 people or pedestrians that have been killed because of those moving vehicles, and also some of those people moving frequently on the major roads. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
The other issue that remains concern to us, and it has always been a concern to us throughout this festive season, was the number of fatalities that involves pedestrians. Most of them were knocked down by vehicles at night, and we had instances where it was hit and runs. That is, those who knocked them, they did not even bother to stop after those crashes. It would then become very difficult for the police to even open such cases because the vehicles are not there. So we're encouraging people who become involved in accidents that involve pedestrians to try and stop, so that accident reports are accordingly compiled.
Mweli Masilela there, our reporter on the ground. Be safe on the road with our colleagues on camera.